With the recent list of injuries and all the quarterback pressures, hits, sacks that Jacoby Brissett has taken, I think it's time we finally sign an offensive lineman. It's not a request anymore. It needs to be a demand. The Patriots need to improve their offensive line if they want to be more than a possible 2-win team this season. So I'm going to break down 4 possible offensive linemen that are just wandering around right now at NFL free agency that the Patriots should at least pick up the phone, call them, and see if they're a good fit for New England. But before I jump into that, I know there are several free agents right now, but I also know the Patriots aren't the only team in the NFL that are looking for an offensive lineman. So which O-lineman do you guys want to sign? Obviously, my top choice would be David Bakhtiari, but I just don't think he's going to sign with any team this year. But you never know. So go on ahead and let me know in the comment section down below, because this is a necessity. When you look at what has happened for the offensive line, David Andrews is unfortunately out for the rest of the year with a shoulder injury that he sustained in week 4. And then Caden Wallace, he's out with a knee. Mike Jordan, he's out with an ankle. Thankfully, you got City So back at left guards. That does help you a little bit. For Darian Lowe, we're not sure when he's going to come back to the field as he's dealing with a knee injury. And then Mike Onwenu, who should be playing right guard right now, really kind of lacking at the right tackle. He's been dealing with a wrist injury. So let's go on ahead and jump into the top free agent the Patriots should sign. We're looking at Charles Leno. His previous team here was the Washington Commanders, and I get it. The Washington Commanders haven't had the best offensive line before they got Jaden Daniels in this last year. They've been rebuilding this last year as well, but at least he's got a lot of experience, and knowing that he has played hundreds of snaps in the last season does make me feel a little bit better. He was starting left tackle for the Commanders for 3 years, and he also saw several different quarterbacks in the pocket when he was working with Washington. That's why I think it could be a good adjustment, knowing that if you want to work with Brissett and if you want to work with Drake May, this is an offense that could have intertwining quarterbacks week in and week out. But like I said, taking 880 snaps for Washington last season, I'll take it. Allowing only 3 sacks, but I also do like his PFF grades here. Just the overall 72.5, but the pass blocking, 77.8. We are right now on the 4th left tackle in the depth chart with Demontre Jacobs, and I do think that when I watch him play, he lets people go by like a bouncer at a really bad club. It is horrible watching Jacobs just merely shrug these pass rushers off. And I do think the number one thing that you need here is pass blocking if you want to give Jacoby Brissett more than 2.3 seconds to throw in the pocket. But there are also other options. Let's look at DJ Humphries. I've actually looked at DJ Humphries for quite some time now, since the preseason when I knew that the Patriots offensive line was going to struggle. But coming off a recent year with the Arizona Cardinals and playing left tackle for them, having DJ Humphries in 2023 playing 2 games less than standard, 15 games, 4 sacks allowed. Once again, Jacoby Brissett had 6 sacks alone going up against San Fran. And I know they had Nick Bosa, and I know we lost David Andrews and Caden Wallace in the first half, but he's getting hit way too many times. But he's also played more snaps last year than we even had Charles Leno playing, allowing 4 sacks. Overall, that PFF grade does drop about 10 points, 62.5. Pass blocking isn't atrocious, but it's not my favorite. The run blocking being 56.5, though. There is a reason why these guys are still free agents, that, they're not playing at their peak. But guess what? Neither is the 5 that you're putting out on the field every single Sunday, and I'm just looking for a guy that we can rely on. Injuries happen in football. That's fine. But knowing that somebody like DJ Humphries, who played 93% of the offensive snaps last year for the Cardinals, gives me a little reassurance that he's going to provide some sort of stability in a very thin offensive line depth chart already. But I know that, maybe one of the reasons why he's still in free agency is because he did tear his ACL in January. And I know ACL injuries are unfortunately more common than not in the NFL, but having an offensive lineman who relies on his knees so much every single down, it might be a bargain to sign this guy and unfortunately wonder if he's going to be healthy or not for this season. I've got two more offensive linemen that I want to break down that the Patriots could possibly pick up here in free agency. But first, the Dolphins are playing the Patriots this Sunday at home. They were on the road for the last 2 weeks. So if you guys really want to go see the Patriots in person, now is the time using Game Time. Game Time is the #1 app that I use to get tickets to any sporting event, concert, comedy show, theater even. And with a new feature like Game Time Picks, that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks, they pretty much find the best deals for you on the greatest seats by filtering out all the fluff so that you don't have to scroll through thousands and thousands of tickets, because it can be very overwhelming, especially when you've never been to that stadium or arena or concert venue before. That's why I love their other feature that allows you to see the view from your seats before you buy. You get a nice little 3D panoramic view across your phone to make sure that you like where you're sitting. And the #1 thing I hate about buying tickets to anything is the fees that come after you purchase the tickets. That does not happen with Game Time. They tell you the straight up fee the minute you select your tickets. There's no hidden fees at checkout, and I love that because I don't want to use a place that's going to lie to me, and Game Time never does. So if you guys want lowest price guaranteed, all-in pricing, and the view from your seat, go on ahead and download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's game time. #3, Donovan Smith, coming off the more frequent Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. And Donovan Smith, he played with Brady when he was in Tampa Bay, so he's got some sort of resemblance here to what a Patriots quarterback should look like. But I do remember a while ago, ESPN actually labeled Smith as the best fit in free agency for the New England Patriots. And what's kind of ironic is I remember this article came out way before these injuries even happened, and I doubt ESPN was ever going to realize how bad the offensive line would get. It has gotten to a point where it is hindering any momentum on offense. And adding somebody like Donovan Smith, who has played all 136 games in his career, is the most beautiful stat line I have seen yet. Once again, with how many injuries are plaguing our offensive line, having some stability, even if you don't allow Donovan Smith to be your starter, I don't care. Just put some extra help in the depth chart, because when you are on your fourth left tackle, it gets hideous. It's just unfortunate to watch. Played 749 snaps last year, 2 sacks allowed, and he's dealt with very mobile quarterbacks in Patrick Mahomes. Overall, a 55.4 PFF grade. That is garbage. Obviously not coming off his hottest season, but maybe working in an Alex Van Pelt type of system, maybe working with a, more of a headhunter type of mentality. The defensive side of Gerard Mayo can help him be a little bit more aggressive on that offensive line. Maybe he's just looking for the right system. Last but not least, let's look at Duane Brown. Most previously with the New York Jets, he also spent some time with the Seattle Seahawks, and overall just kind of a broad offensive tackle spectrum here. But once again, not in his prime. That's why they're probably not with a team right now, but 6'4", 329 pounds, college, Virginia Tech, and he's a 3-time All-Pro tackle. So he has the resume to fit what we need. 111 snaps, 2 sacks allowed, 47.9 as an overall PFF grade. Obviously really struggles with the pass block, which is why I kind of mentioned him last. Obviously the Patriots need some help in the passing game the most, so I don't know if I would go with Duane Brown. Yes, the 53.5 run block is me. It's all right. I've definitely seen better. It's not what I want, but once again, if you want to add some depth to the depth chart, give this guy a call. But if you guys want any of these players, and you guys don't have to, it's not the top of the litter, but Charles Leno type CL, Donovan Smith type DS, DJ Humphries type DH, Duane Brown type DB. But there are also possibly some other options out there, and the Patriots did just recently host a veteran offensive lineman in Jesse Davis. He came in New England, had a workout, and wanted to see how he really fit in here with the Patriots offense. And that's showing me that at least Elliott Wolf, at least Gerard Mayo are calling some people, at least just saying, hey man, come see how our offense looks, and we want to see if you're a good fit. So something about Jesse Davis that I actually really do like is that he has played right guard and both tackle positions. If he could somehow get Mike Onwenu to go back to right guard, that would be phenomenal. And I do think Layden Robinson has done a really good job at right guard, but we know that at right tackle, Onwenu has been a liability. You need to put him back, stuff the trenches, get him back with his pairing mate of left guard Sidy Sow, and unfortunately put Nick Leverett in the center and not David Andrews. Just allow somebody to bulk up that right tackle position because, yes, left tackle is kind of hard. It's very hard to replace right now that we're on the 4th player in our depth chart. But right tackle is also a liability as well with Mike Onwenu. My final thought here is that from left to right, the Patriots need help. Thank God Sidy Sow is back. Unfortunately, David Andrews did end up getting a season-ending injury, but I do actually have faith in Nick Leverett to take over as a starting center in Week 5. Right guard Layden Robinson, he has been a bright spot as a rookie, but hopefully he can stay healthy, and hopefully we can get somebody to fill both tackle positions, move Onwenu back to right guard, and get this offensive line some frickin' help. Nonetheless, if you guys want any updates, if the Patriots make any moves on the offense, on the defense, does not matter. I will make a video for it. Keep you guys in the loop. All you guys have to do is subscribe.